Capricorn babies. This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope you guys had a good Monday and a good start to your week. I hope you're having a good start to the month of June. This is your Dig Deeper Love reading for the month of June 2019. 3 more shuffles, Capricorn. 1, 2, and 3. This is a 9-card reading. So we do 3 for recent past, 3 for current energy, 3 for future energy. And for those of you that have been following along, I've been pulling 2 for your overall energy and 3 for guidance from the universe. That second card that I pulled both from underneath the bottom of the deck. So here's your first card, Capricorn, Hangman. There's your second card, 6 of Wands. I promise you, Mr. Wands will make himself known when he is ready. Did we get all of... A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. What's going on, Capricorn? I just went completely airhead here in the past couple of minutes. I usually shuffle the oracle cards because they're big and they're stiff. I usually do these off camera because you don't want to see me making a mess. But for real, when I picked up these the first time, there's something going on with your energy. So for your recent past, 3 of Wands, the Sun card, the Queen of Swords. For your current energy, the 9 of Cups, the Centerpiece card, the Hermit, 2 of Wands, future energy, Ace of Swords, Judgment card, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. So I just did Scorpio reading a little while ago, and their major cards lined up on the outside. All of your major cards are falling here and dead set in the middle. Every last one of them except for the Hangman. It feels like to me that some of you have not had the kind of success that you wanted in getting your relationship wishes granted. And I'm dealing with your current energy right this second. But I'm looking at this, the retreat, back to the drawing board to find that initial spark. Yeah, so let's start at the beginning. Your recent past with the 3 of Wands. I don't know, was somebody cheating, Cap? Was somebody cheating? Some infidelity, some type of infidelity, and this feels less physical and more emotional. So this you might have caught your partner on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, pick your social media, whatever, and it feels like this is where you may have seen something, heard something you wasn't supposed to hear or see. From there, quite naturally, you're going to stand up in your own power, you're going to stand up in your own truth, and you told the truth, Cap. I'm not going to even go into what you said, but you did tell the truth. From there, get back with the Queen. Get the rules on the board about what you will and will not tolerate. There's some lingering energy here. I feel it. Whoever this person is, where you are right now, Capricorn, this will reverse. You just didn't get the victory. You didn't get the doggone success. And you have now retreated into hermit mode. And not so much that you're trying to isolate yourself or be by yourself or any of that, but this is really right now you are in your head trying to contemplate what you've been through, who you've been through it with, and your choices. And this seems to be a running theme for everybody this month. It's all about kind of self-reflection and what the hell. You're not lost. You got a light. You know what you're doing, but you're taking this time away, at least mentally, to kind of get some clarity on where you're headed and what you're trying to do, which is a good thing. Because the 2 of Wands talks about that initial energy that you go boop, boop, It makes things happen. So it feels like as you're thinking about this, you try to figure out how can you manifest, how did you get into a better relationship with somebody that's going to be a little more loyal, it feels like. And I just feel a real sense of betrayal, but not at the stab you in your heart level, more at a disappointment. It's more of a disappointment, Cap, and I'm sorry you had to go through this. But and for some reason I haven't been feeling the warm fuzzy heartstrings, oh my God, I'm gonna die type of energy from any of the readings. So it feels like a lot of people, regardless of sign, that have been in this maybe for the past 6 months to a year, this kind of transitioning mode. You know, I'm just kind of with this person, and I don't know if they're really the one, but I'm gonna hang on and see if this gets better or someone else is better. But at any rate, Cap, this is about where you are right now, trying to figure out how can you, where do you need to go to meet the right people so you can find the right person so you can have some semblance of happiness in your life. Your future energy, there's going to be some communication. And this really feels like an ex. This doesn't, and maybe not even the ex that is newly ex, if that's the case. But this is going to be from an ex. And I don't feel like they're offering you any kind of love proposal or none of that dramatic stuff. But I feel like whatever they say to you is going to kind of open your eyes to what you've been doing and what's going on as far as relationships and how the other person may feel about you. So this may be a good point to try and realign yourself. If you hear something you don't want to hear, if this ex goes off on a tangent about, well, I was complaining, you never do this, might be a good point here to kind of realign yourself and just ask the universe to help you let go of whatever bullshit negative energy you might have that might be sending your relationships straight up out the door. And don't get that twisted. I'm not blaming this on you, but you also have to know what part you played in something so you can figure it out and correct it, so you don't make the same kinds of mistakes again. With the Judgment card here, I think after whatever you hear, you will be in a mind to forgive. I'm not necessarily going to say you're going to be in a mind to forgive and take back, but you will be in a mind to forgive, because you'll realize that whatever this is, there's probably nothing. But I think just the fact, and then maybe that's where the feelings of just not so much just downright gut-wrenching betrayal, but more disappointment is coming from. I think there may have been, for some of you, some misunderstanding about what was going on. Nonetheless, it came out like this as a third party something. Because it's not the Three of Swords, I'm not getting that physical, somebody went off to the motel. Now, this might be the case. They may have run off to the motel, but the energy that I'm pulling is really about some kind of emotional infidelity. Maybe your partner said something to another person and just left a lot of doors open and didn't really shut it closed and say, I'm trying to deal with the Capricorn right now. That's that kind of energy. And to hear it, it feels like when you heard it initially, it kind of rocked you back, but you weren't so much sad and upset as you were just kind of disappointed. So here we go to the future energy again about being forgiving. Really, that's really what it's about. And if you look at the three center cards as major cards, you stood up in your truth, you're taking a minute to figure out where you're trying to go, and at the end of that, you forgive. And that's a good process, that's a good evolution, because it helps clear you for the next thing coming. The universe wants you to stay spontaneous and in the moment. Don't get all caught up in a bunch of bullshit, especially if you decide that this is a situation you really don't want to go back to. For whatever reason, you just don't feel like you'll ever really trust the person again. The universe right here is telling you, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, because something else is on the way. With that said, we get the Six of Wands up here. All the same thing, talking about higher goals, trying to establish yourself in a relationship that's not just the transitional, hey, but setting some higher relationship goals. Not the bullshit about, oh, we're going to Use my pockets, you lied, then we gonna have family picnic. No. Higher goals. Higher goals. Doing things on either one of your buckets list. So if you both decide that you want to go overseas, one of you decides you want to go to Australia, the other one wants to go to Japan. Those kinds of higher goals, because when you deal with that, you're dealing now with the time and energy of both people to make a memory. And that's a good thing. And people discount that. The forgiving part. The forgiving part. This right here will come, and this is kind of your overall energy anyway. It is your overall energy card, but just at the bottom level, this is your overall energy. You're trying to see things from a different perspective. You're trying to maybe understand some things. So you go back to the Hermit card, and these are things that are going to put you on your right path as you make these decisions and try and figure out, get some mental clarity about what's going on in your relationship. Seeing things from a different perspective is never bad, but also this can also be stuck energy. So you don't want to be stuck. If you're feeling stuck, get unstuck, see the situation from a different perspective, let it go. If you decide to keep this person, hang out with them, do whatever, you'll be aiming for higher goals. That should be. And I think if you do have a conversation with this person, the way that I feel now, whatever little silly, immature shit that was going on will stop. I don't think this is anything that's you're going to have to schlep around forever. But sometimes the universe has a way of making us stop and take a minute before we keep going. And maybe this was that point for you, Capricorn. Maybe you just needed to stop and take a minute. And that Hermit card being your centerpiece card, that good indication. You maybe just needed to do that so you can get clear, so you can set some better boundaries going forward. Might not be a bad thing, Cap. I'm just saying. Let's see what the universe has for guidance for you, Cap. 5 of coins, Queen of wands, and the 7 of coins. So what the universe is very clearly saying to me, you might not want to walk away just yet, Cap. I know this is a walk away card, but if it were like this, yeah, you might, the universe is kind of saying you might want to just slow down a little bit and think about, what you're doing. It's not in any way saying you have to stay in a relationship. There's always free will, but the universe is saying slow down a bit. You might not need to walk away quite so quickly. There's some conversations that definitely need to take place. And they probably need to take place in a different setting other than what you usually do. So if you usually go to McDonald's or Panda Express or wherever, do something different. If you usually go to the park, go downtown. Do something different, shake it up a bit. It'll also help in helping you open up to your person and communicate a little better. With the Queen of Wands here, maybe there's some passion that needs to be infused in all of this shit at the end of the day, Cap. Maybe you need to get up off the grindstone for a minute and get in the bedroom and grind that stone some. I'm just saying, I know somebody gonna put something in the comment. That was just rude. I ain't trying to be rude. I'm trying to tell the truth. Maybe, Cap, you need to add a little bit of sneaky fire. You know what I'm talking about, in the bedroom. Maybe that's what you need to do. And maybe that some of this will just go away. I'm just saying. But if you've been doing more outside of the bedroom than you have inside, she's here as a friendly reminder to tell you it is okay to get busy in the bedroom. Just saying. And that is not often that I get this kind of energy off of this card, but that's exactly what girlfriend is saying right now. Maybe you need to change your perspective on what's going on in the bedroom. Just saying. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Just throwing it out there. And sex is not a bad thing. You can't work and not play and not have some kind of intimate bond with your partner. Once you get all this little third party elusive shit cleared up, my next thing would be to get in the bedroom. Forget, move on, get in the bedroom. I'm just saying. The universe is telling you it's okay. You can either leave the seeds in the ground, they will grow, and you will start achieving some of the things that you want to achieve in your relationship. But the universe is also throwing back the energy if you decide not to keep this relationship, if you decide to let it go for whatever reason, this option is always open. Not with this person, but there will be somebody else. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You will have some options this year, Cap. Don't feel like, well, if I let this person go, I'm not gonna have any options. Don't do that. That's not true. I think most of the earth signs, there's only 3 of us, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, will have some options. Of those 3 signs, everybody's not going to have a million options. Taurus is probably the main out of the earth signs, and Virgo pulling up the rear, Capricorn pulling up the rear. So it's probably Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in that order in terms of how you'll manifest certain things and how quickly they'll manifest. Taurus is first because Taurus has Uranus floating around in Taurus. So we just automatically do for changes whether we want them or not. But Cap, think about it definitely. You may not want to walk away. You may want to just, this is the kind of energy where you sit down. Even though it feels like you want to run out the door and do a whole lot of shit, cuss people out and do all kind of madness, this is really that kind of energy where you really need to force yourself to sit down and wait a half a second. I'm going to just throw that out there. Just wait. Just wait. I'd wait a week. And if in a week you don't feel any different, you don't feel anything, and during this time you need to have a conversation with this person and say what you need to say. If you didn't speak all of your truth last week, the week before, whatever the recent past is kicking back to you, if you didn't speak it all, do it again. Do it again. And it's not an argumentative type energy. This is really a negotiating, almost like a discussion energy where you just need to have that exchange. Not that anything is going to go anybody's way one way or the other. You just need to have that open exchange so you can get all of your concerns out in the air. All right. Obstacles and challenges. I dog it. Cards don't lie. They just don't lie. Okay, what you trying to do, they don't lie. They don't lie. Accept the gifts of the universe. I'm going to pull an Earth Warrior card too, just because I want to know. And that's 2 5s. Is this 2 cards? Yeah, that's 2 cards. No good thing shall be withheld. Okay. So let's go first. And I'm going to look at the numbers. Now, those of you that know me, 5/15 happens to be my birthday. So I know a little bit of something about 5. Not a lot. I'm not into numerology like that, but I probably know just enough to get in trouble. But here it is as it is. When you're dealing with the number 5, if you think on a scale of 1 to 10, 5 is what's right there dead set in the middle. You got 4 on either side. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. Yeah. So you got 4 on either side of 5. Which puts 5 dead in the middle. I always think about 5 as being the pin in something. So if I had something at the bottom of this, 5 would be the pin, and it's the thing that kind of holds it all together, but 5 is also a thing of change. So you start out one way, you start out at 0 or 1, you start out going one way. You get to 2, you kind of figure out what's going on. You get to 3 to 4, and 4 is about change as well. You get to 4, it's like, wait, and you get to 5 and you realize you're going in the wrong direction. Or you're carrying the wrong clothes. You're going to Alaska and you got clothes from Miami Beach. I'm just saying, this is what 5 always resonates to me. And my life is like that. I'm kind of always, something always changing, moving in flux. The blessing card is a 9. So let's walk through it. Right now, you got obstacles and challenges in this shit. But something is telling me if you keep walking forward, even that little gap is going to get closed up. It's going to be an obstacle. You're going to have to use your brain to figure out what to put in there. You may have to get a little Martha Stewart creative, but it's doable. Because the first thing I noticed was that with a little assistance and a little guidance, you can go from here to here, even if you jumped. The first thing I did not see was that down there. I didn't. I was looking at the board in front. So that's telling me if you keep moving forward, it may be a little rough. You may be a little disappointed. You might even be a little upset. But if you keep walking forward, you're going to get to the other side and you're going to see something different. And I just said that. I just said that. Hold up. Don't be trying to walk away. Why is that a 5 of coin? Come on now. Just tell me 5 and 5. You might not want to walk away quite so quickly. You might want to go ahead and try and figure out how you can bridge that gap. And for some of you, let me say this, some of you, this may be baby mama, daddy, baby daddy drama. This third thing up here, because that's coming to me now. It may be that for some of you, you know, you found out that your new love interest or new person you're trying to deal with is still kicking it, and there's a good chance for some of you Capricorn that you're not seeing the whole picture. But I'm not excusing your partner for not giving you the whole picture up front. So just know what I'm saying. Something there, you may have to get a shovel and dig a little deeper. But with that, accept the gifts of the universe. Accept the gifts of the universe. If this person says that they love you, here's my heart and my star. Take them at it. See how far you can go. And as I'm saying, see how far you can go. How far does that go? How far can you go? And maybe this situation with your partner may be a gift from the universe to help you get on a good path, to help you set some boundaries, to help you have some conversations that had this not happened, you wouldn't have. And all of that has to work to the good. So accept the gifts the universe is giving you. I went through all of that about 5 because this is a 9. And this is, for those of you who see the information below about my cards, this is the Earth Warrior deck. I got this for my birthday from a Hopi Indian. No good thing shall be withheld. If you accept the gifts of the universe, and if you realize obstacles and challenges are just not that bad. In this order, this came first, this came second. If you stick with this, Cap, if you stick with this relationship, I'm going to just throw this out there, good things will come, but you're going to have to work for it. It's not going to be one of them easy breezy Calgon relationships. You ain't going to just be able to pour the bubbles in the water and just watch it. You're going to have to work for this. And that's not a bad thing. I think sometimes when you have a relationship that you got to put in the time and the effort, you got to do the communicating, and you got to go through the process of the relationship. Sometimes that builds a better relationship than just kicking it with somebody you have a lot of chemistry with. Because you can have a lot of chemistry with somebody, but if you don't have the ground rules or the framework of a good relationship in place, it's not going to matter. I don't care how much chemistry you got. Somewhere along the line, something's going to go whoop, because there's no structure there. All that said, Cap, take your time. Listen to your gut if you need to. Take as much time, take as much hermit time as you need. And don't forget to forgive. Don't forget to forgive. Cap, I love you. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.